Hey everyone, it's Evangeline here at etrailer, and today we have the Swagman Current 2-bike platform rack for electric bikes, and we'll take a look at how it fits our 2022 Mazda CX-9. So the Swagman Current is designed for that heavier weight capacity, but also has the simple traditional style of carrying around your bikes with that simple hook in the center. It has its pros and cons to this style, like staying affordable but also staying versatile, and it also has some downsides, like this does not fold up on the Mazda CX-9 because it comes really close to the vehicle. So we'll talk about that, and then that way you can get the best fit for you and your bikes and your car. This bike rack does tilt away though, and to do so you have a bright green lever here in the center. Lift that lever, then you'll be able to drop this down to a tilt. Why would you tilt your bike rack away? Well, if you want to open up your hatch. So notice here the distance between the door, our pedals, and our handlebars. Plenty of clearance there. You can now get into the trunk and maybe grab your helmets, your waters, your backpack, switch out your shoes if you want to. And once you've gotten what you needed, close the door, lift the bike rack back up, and you are ready to ride. I do recommend holding on to the frame part of the rack as you lift up before it snaps into place. Now, what types of bikes can you carry with this rack? Well, you do have a weight capacity of 60 pounds per bike, which is pretty normal for most electric bike racks. If you have a heavier bike though, I would recommend taking a look at the Swagman E-Spec as an alternative. The downside to the E-Spec is it does not tilt away. With this in place, you can also carry bikes of different tire widths, different wheelbases. It does have a frame that secures the bike though. So if you have a step-through bike or a carbon fiber frame bike, you may need to take a look at frame adapter bars for them. And if you want to take the bike off, you start over at the wheel straps. So there's this lever here. Press that lever and keep it pressed as you lift the strap up and out of the way. Since this can also carry fat bikes or fat tire bikes, that strap is going to be extra long. So we're going to leave this over to the side so it's not caught up in the spokes. Then we're going to go over here to the frame mount. Now these frame mounts are lockable, which is nice because then you're not dealing with extra cable locks that you have to take off when you start driving, and it takes up less space. I have them unlocked right now, so it's just a matter of pressing the button, lifting up. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually lift this all the way up and out, because when you have heavy electric bikes, you don't want to have to lift them too high up. So we're also going to push this mast down. There we go. And just like that, it's now only a smaller lift before going down to the ground. Now, if you wanted to, you can purchase the Swagman Current add-on ramp and bridge kit. Those attached there on the cradles of your rack and allow you to ramp the bike up instead of lifting the bike up. So that could be easier for you if you have those heavier bikes. You do have to get it with the newer version of the Swagman Current though. So just double check that the Swagman add-on accessory, and we do have a video for that if you want to check out those details. We're gonna bring this back in. Listen to how it clicks, and that's how you know it's securing your bike's frame. So 1 and 2, then I'm gonna fold this mast down. So here's a closer look at how that works. It's just another pull lever, which you pull up, and then it drops down. Let's get this out of the way of our cradles. Nice, now it secures. So the Current is going to be a very compact bike rack. If you have a small garage or a really tight parking spot, this actually might work well for that because it doesn't take up too much space. So from the bumper to the end of the rack, that's just at 23 inches. Although be mindful that if you do have Let's see, other types, or if you have your handlebars on there, it will take up more space. Now from the end of the rack to the ground, that's 19.5 inches. So big difference when it comes to the Mazda CX-9 for how that is going to be in terms of height. When you have your hitch receiver, you make sure that you have enough clearance for driveways, hills, and inclines, but still enough clearance to put your bikes up. This one is good where you may not need that ramp after all. The downside though is you will not be able to tilt this rack up. When you pull the lever, it comes up too close to the bumper of the vehicle. See how it would make contact there? The solution to that would either be to move that cradle out of the way further out, or to remove it entirely. So that is going to be the downside to this bike rack on this car. I have tried out other electric bike racks that do fit. The Yakima on-ramp is a good alternative. It still is a little bit of a hassle to get those bikes on there, so similar number of steps, but that one is a for sure clearance with the car. So all in all, quick summary of this bike rack is good weight capacity, good versatility. This fits both 1.25" and 2" hitch receivers. It also tilts away. The downside is it doesn't fold up high enough or far enough to make it on the Mazda CX-9, and that's when I recommend taking a look at some other options for your car. But this right here was a look at the Swagman Current 2-bike platform rack on the 2022 Mazda CX-9.
Here on our test course, we'll start by going through the slalom. This is going to show us the side-to-side action. This simulates turning corners or evasively maneuvering. Once we get to the alternating speed bumps, we'll see the twisting action. This will simulate hitting a curb or pothole or driving over uneven pavement. Once we get to the full speed bumps, we'll see the up and down action. This will be just like driving in and out of a parking lot, parking garage, or driveway.